Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to around the 20th of August, so we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles over until around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFSV2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will take us into the early part of September. So it's hot out there again, down in the south anyway, this afternoon. Temperatures going back up into the low to possibly mid-30s Celsius in some areas. And we're also adding into the mix now thunderstorms. The atmosphere is becoming a melting pot of heat, humidity and energy. And so you'll be sparking off increasing amounts of thunder over the next few days. We have released Stormwatch. It's the first video released today. So have a look at Stormwatch and yes, see what could be happening over the next few days in terms of the thunderstorm potential. We already have storms sparking off across western parts of the country, and that's where we're going to begin this video. I'm running quite late today, so not sure if I'll be able to get a USA forecast in or not, but just watch your space on that one. Okay, so let's start off with the radar picture from the weather outlook then. So yes, big thunderstorms across southern and western parts of Wales, and now beginning to move up the Irish Sea as well. Some of these storms will start to push up towards the Isle of Man, northwest England, southwest Scotland, and probably Northern Ireland through the rest of this afternoon as well. Have a look at the lightning detector. Look how much lightning we've got flashing away here from southwest England up through Wales, and now moving out into parts of the Irish Sea as well. So it's a lively old afternoon over in the west, but in the east it's just very, very hot. These are the latest temperature observations from XC Weather. So we've got 33 degrees flashing away there in several locations. We've got 32 at Lake and Heath Royal Air Base. We've got I did see 33 second ago, so can we find that station? So can't seem to get that. There we go. Cambridge is at 33. Is that the Botanical Gardens, I wonder? Stansted is at 33, and we've also got London Heathrow at 33, Headcorn Aerodrome's at 33 as well. There's time for this to tick up another degree or so more, so 34, maybe 35 is not out of the question this afternoon. Again, going into the mid-90s Fahrenheit in that southeast corner. It's also hotter today through the Midlands, so we've got Church Lawford at 29, we've got Birmingham at 26, got Oxford at 28 as well. Not as hot over Wales though. Senny Bridge is at 19 and going northwards to Capel is at 22 through there. Southwest England, Plymouth is at 23 degrees and heading towards northern England. Got Leeming at 23, Esdelmuir is at 20 and Strathallan is at 18, moving to northern Scotland. Loch Glasgarloch is at 20 degrees and down into Northern Ireland. Belfast is at 20. It's much more comfortable in the north and in the west, but in the southeast in particular it's very, very hot again out there this afternoon. Humidity is rising all the time, and yeah, as I say, the atmosphere is just becoming a melting pot of heat, humidity and energy, and that's going to be sparking off increasing amounts of thunderstorms over the coming few days. So because of that, we've got weather warnings galore enforced by the UK Met Office for the next few days. This is how things are looking today. So thunderstorm warnings from southwest Scotland right way down to southern parts of England. Let's click on some of these and see what they're saying. So Northern Ireland, Northern England, southwestern parts of Scotland, and the rest of England and Wales. Some places are likely to have severe thunderstorms through Monday afternoon and evening, but there is uncertainty about location and timing. We've got a UK-wide storm warning for Tuesday as well. So UK-wide storm warning on Tuesday, particularly focusing with this one. I mean, it is UK-wide, but I think they're particularly focusing in that area just there, like northwestern parts of England down to the north and west Midlands probably on Tuesday. Severe thunderstorms may bring disruption and travel, and power supplies, as well as some damage to buildings. That's from like 4 o'clock this afternoon to 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, there's also Wednesday as well. UK-wide warning on Wednesday and now Thursday for England and Wales as well, with a thunderstorm warning. So there's going to be a lot of storms around over the next few days. There's going to be big thunderstorms around over the next few days, and so do take care if you find yourself in one of these storms. There's going to be torrential rain, flash flooding, fork lightning, hail, thunder, you name it, it's going to be going on with these storms. And not everywhere we get the storms. Some places will have a completely dry week and miss them altogether, I dare say. Other places will probably find themselves, unfortunately, flooded out. So it's going to be one of those weeks where there's lots of contrast and regional variation going on. But generally, as the week goes on, the risk of thunderstorms will increase, especially like Wednesday through to Thursday. So yeah, keep a close eye on what's going on. As I say, we updated Stormwatch this morning. I'm sure we'll be updating Stormwatch again either tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. So yes, just keep a close watch on what is happening. Central temperature is going up as well, as you would expect with all of this hot weather. So the CET provisional now to the 9th of August is standing at 18.1. That's an anomaly of 2.2 degrees above average. So yes, hot. Certainly going to be a hot first 10 days to August, very hot first half to August. I think by the end of this coming week, we'll probably see the CET into the 19s. I think we'll be at 19.0 plus by by the end of this coming week. And then, of course, in the second half of August, we shall wait and see where we go next. But certainly, this is going to be the hottest first half to August, I think, since 2003. And we'll see whether we can maintain that for the rest of the month. We haven't had an 18 Celsius plus CET August since 2003. Is this going to be it? We shall have to wait and see a little bit longer. These are the 500 millibar high anomaly flow charts from Penn State University for the next week to 10 days, with the ECMWF on the top and the GFS on the bottom. This gets us to around the 20th of August. 500 millibars is now in the actual high pressure, low pressure, are being moved around by the jet stream running above. Red extrapolates high pressure, blue is extrapolating to low pressure. So in the 7 to 10 day time frame, we've got this trough of below average heights digging in from the North Atlantic into west of Europe, with high pressure pulling out into the central part of the North Atlantic. Jet stream going to be doing something a bit like that. That would be like the end of the heat wave by then, so we would be pulling in substantially cooler air from the north, and with a trough of low pressure, of course, it would be quite unsettled as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. If that comes off, then we might struggle to get an 18 Celsius CET August, because that does look quite significantly cooler and more unsettled to me by day 10, with the jet stream on a northwest-southeast trajectory and pushing low pressure in from the northern Atlantic. The GFS is very, very different. Look at this. This is the GFS, and it has above average heights sitting over to the north of the country, below average heights down to our south-southwest. So winds with this would be kind of like easterly. And, I mean, the low pressure southwest could be providing energy for thunderstorms or something. But it will be significantly warmer than I would have thought in the 7 to 10 day time frame with the GFS. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of contrast going on here within the model output as we look ahead into the second half of August. GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles next couple of weeks looking like this. Looking at London, our wetter central today. So again, we are significantly hotter than average at the moment with those upper air temperatures. We're closer to 20 degrees at 850 HPA. From around Thursday onwards, we're going to see the temperatures gradually easing down. It does take a while, but very slowly the temperatures go on a downwards trend. So by the time we get into the third week of August, this period just here, the upper air temperatures have returned to average. They're back to normal. Precipitation-wise, plenty of spikes coming up as well. So, yes, heavy showers, thunderstorms breaking out with all of this heat and humidity. Things really will be boiling up in the atmosphere over the coming few days. There's going to be lots of heavy rainfall to come. Presumably, as we go into this cooler period here through the third week of August, we've still got plenty of precipitation spikes then, so presumably that's just like showers or longer spells of rain. We probably lose the thundering potential as the heat and humidity clears out of the atmosphere. And so yes, that probably just like showers or longer spells of rain. But the earlier period where we've got heat and humidity, that's probably where we're getting the thunderstorms coming along. Temperature anomalies on the 10th to the 18th of August going to be very substantially hotter than average, way above average on the temperature scale. Looks like we're going up to around 6 to 8 degrees above average. So a hot week to come, not just for the UK, but through most parts of Europe too. Precipitation anomalies from the 10th to the 18th of August, driving average to the far northwest of the country, but England and Wales coming out wetter than average, indicative again of those thunderstorms. This is how the latest wind flow map looks at earthnullschool.net. So again, you can see that the jet stream and its attendant areas of low pressure and cooler air out to the northwest in the northern part of the Atlantic Ocean up here. That's where the jet stream is really at the moment. We've got high pressure around Scandinavia and also through much of Western Europe, and that's dragging up all that hot and humid air from the south. We can overlay the temperatures on this chart as well. So there we go. So again, you can see just how hot it is across most parts, particularly Western Europe. Really, really hot. Most parts of Western Europe, and that heat is into the UK, especially this southeastern corner. Further north, it's a little bit cooler and fresher in the northern part of the country and across Ireland, but in the southeastern corner, very, very hot with the wind coming in off that hot and baked continental landmass. That's how the UK Met Office model is looking for Thursday. So on Thursday, we've got an area of low pressure moving out of northern France into southern England. And yes, that could bring the risk of torrential thunderstorms with it. We're under a trough of low pressure on Friday, further heavy showers, if not more thunder coming up then. And then into the weekend, everything starts to go very slack, so probably the risk of further heavy showers and storms. The heat beginning to drain out of the atmosphere, beginning to cool things down within the atmosphere as we get through to the end of weekend. But until then, certainly up to around Thursday, Friday, looks pretty hot with increasing risk of thunder. That's the GFS 6 then. Again, low pressures across England and Wales on Thursday, pushing up from France, bringing the risk of torrential thunderstorms with it. That low pressure then sort of clears away to the southwest, but still sort of lowish pressure as we go into the weekend. So further showers over the weekend, probably losing the thundery potential, but further showers continuing really. Then moving up towards day 10, we start to raise heights to the east again, so probably pulling up some more warm air from the south, but low pressure still to our southwest could be providing more showers or thunderstorms. And then up to day 10 and beyond it, we start to push low pressure through across the country, turn the wind into the west. That definitively cools things down. And we turn more unsettled as well, with low pressure off the Atlantic and winds coming in from the north to northwest as we come towards month's end. This is as far as we get with the 6Z GFS, which gets us to Wednesday, 26th of August. Looking quite cool actually then, and rather unsettled. GM looks like that. So again, we've got the low pressure pushing northwards on Wednesday to Thursday. That's been increasing risk of storms, particularly to more southern parts of the country. Perhaps. Over the weekend, though, the GM a little bit different. It builds high pressure back in from the northwest. So that's a mainly dry and settled and potentially very warm weekend that the GM is going for there. Eventually, by day 10, breakdown is taking place as low pressure comes in off the Atlantic. That starts to definitively cool us down and also turn us more unsettled as well, with winds turning into the northwest. And then the ECM looking like that. Again, low pressure over Biscay, northern France on Thursday, bringing increasing risk of thunderstorms into Friday. Again, looks rather thundering with that. Over the weekend, probably losing a thundery potential, but staying rather showery over the weekend, with temperatures gradually easing back. And then, as we saw on the 500 millibar high anomaly flow chart, Penn State University, by day 10, we're actually into a cool and unsettled regime, with low pressure moving in from the North Atlantic, but jet streams on a northwest-southeast alignment, probably a bit cooler than average there, if anything. Have a look at the upper air temperatures. We'll see how they look. And yeah, they do look pretty cool there by day 10 with those northwesterly winds. So like from the furnace right now to really quite cool conditions by day 10, with further showers, if not longer spells of rain as well. So this is the rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from Tibetio.com. Showers out to the west today, possibly with some longer spells of rain and thunderstorms mixed in. Into tomorrow, again, we've got risk of heavy showers and thunderstorms in the north and west in particular. Very little getting through to the eastern side of the country. Going into Wednesday, and just generally scattered thunderstorms then, really on Wednesday, until Wednesday night, when we push more storms up from the south. That's Thursday. I think for many sort of the east and southeast parts of the country, Thursday could be the best chance of big thunderstorms, and they rumble on into Friday potentially as well. Over the weekend, we still keep further showers going, probably starting to lose the thundery potential by this point as the heat, humidity begins to drain away. And then moving up towards day 10, we start to move low pressure and just bands of rain in from off the Atlantic. So we go to a very different air mass, very different regime around days 8, 9, 10. Much more Atlantic based, a lot cooler, and also just general outbreaks of rain really coming in from off the Atlantic. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles for day 10 via the Icelandic Met Office. It gets us to the 20th of August. We have 14 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to the south of the country, high pressure pushing northwards. So obviously that's going to be quite unsettled with spells of rain and showers as well. We've got 14 with high pressure in the middle of the Atlantic, the mid-Atlantic ridge, low pressure to our south-southwest. Winds are probably coming in from a northerly direction. With that, could be rather cool and unsettled. Another 14 clearing the operational run. That's what I've just been looking at, with low pressure digging in from the northwest. Jet streams on the northwest southeast alignment too, very cool and unsettled with those options at day 10. And then 9 with low pressure just to our west, and again bringing like a westerly wind. Most of those options now by day 10 are looking unsettled, so it looks like the ECM ensembles are firming up on an increasingly unsettled outlook, and a lot cooler as well by day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got, which gets us to 25th of August. To have 11 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to our north, high pressure to our south, and they're bringing in like a westerly flow, a little bit cool and unsettled. 11 with low pressure to our east, high pressure to the northwest, and so that's going to be quite unsettled and cool as well. Winds coming in from the north. 10 low pressure over the country, jet stream unleashed too, so that's going to be very unsettled. 9 with high pressure out to the northwest, that's going to be a drier option, could be a bit cool, winds in from the east northeast. 6 with low pressure to our east, again northwest southeast line to jet stream. And then 4 with high pressure to our north, low pressure to our south, winds are in from the east. So that one probably quite unsettled, especially so for the south. That could be a little bit warmer with winds in from the east, but generally this looks like a rather unsettled outlook within the ECM ensembles for days 10 and also 14 as well. Quite a big change perhaps coming for the second half of August, and if it comes off, we can probably start to forget any ideas about an 18 Celsius CET August, but we should wait and see about that. Finally, CFSV2, so these are 500 millibar high anomalies broken down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 10th to the 16th of August. The coming week is hot, of course, high pressure dominating to our east. We're drawing up these hot southeast winds, eventually an increasing risk of thunderstorms though. Week 2 is the 17th, 23rd of August, and this is different to what the shorter range is showing. High pressure here to our north-northeast, except maybe the GM, perhaps in line with GM, but otherwise it's different to what the shorter range is showing. With high pressure just to our northeast, we're drawing in a very warm, or possibly still quite hot, easterly flow, and you'd expect quite a lot of dry weather with that. Quite a big change from week 3, 24 to 30th of August. The last week of August looks cooler and more unsettled. Low pressure to the northwest, in come the westerlies. And then week 4, though, so this first week of September, the 31st of August, 6th of September, builds up a Scandinavian high again. Probably turns us drier and much warmer again for the first week of September. Temperature anomalies in the week ahead from the 10th to 16th of August are particularly hot across England and Wales, but all areas warmer than average. Week 2 temperature anomalies from the 17th to 23rd of August, again significantly warmer than average. Week 3, which did look a little bit cooler and more unsettled, is still quite warm actually. It's 24th of August, 30th. That's still a little bit warmer than average. And week 4 rounds it all off. This is the 31st of August, 6th of September, and that one is also above average with temperatures. Rainfall anomalies finally, so north-south split for week 1, temperature for 16th of August, driving average Scotland and Northern Ireland, wetter than average for England and Wales, indicative of thunderstorms. We still see that to some degree in week 2, which is 17th, 23rd of August, again quite close to average with rainfall there. Week 3 is near normal from the 24th to 30th of August. And then week 4 is also near normal as the signal is weakening. That's the 31st of August to the 6th of September. Okay, so it looks generally like it's staying hot and thundery through the next few days. Over the weekend, we possibly start to cool things down a little bit. I think we'll see the heat beginning to subside late this week and into the weekend. But probably still quite warm, with further showers at times as well. Next week is interesting. Do we find ourselves going back to high pressure and dry, warmer weather again, or do we start to set up a much cooler and more unsettled pattern as we move towards day 10 and then on into like the final week or so of August? That will probably be the focus of the videos over the coming days, to see where things are going through the second half of August. But for the time being, the heat wave goes on down in the south and southeast, with a growing risk of thunderstorms as well. Make sure you watch Stormwatch, which was the first video released today. If you want to know more about who is getting storms, where and when. Right, so that's it for video number 2. We may have time to do the USA update later on. I'll see. Tomorrow we've got the ECMWF 30-day look ahead for the next 4 weeks for the UK and for Europe as well, and also 10 to 14-day video update. Possibly we'll update Stormwatch as well tomorrow. So yeah, the updates continue. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.